No reira, koutou at te kāhui wairua, haere koutou, a moi mai rā. Rātau ki a rātau, te hungamate ki te hungamate, tātou ngā waihotanga o rātau mā, ka hori anō ki a koutou. I ngā marei kura, whatu kura, kahurangi, te kāhui minita, anatanga o nāi nei, mihi tonu ki a tātou katoa e hui. No reira, i ngā mana, i ngā reo, a rauranga tirama. Hara mai, ki tēnei whenua o Ngāti Whātua, e whakamana tēnei kahurangi i roto tēnei rangi. No reira, kāre au e whakaroro o tēnei mihi. Mihi poto ingari ka nui te aroha ki a tātou katoa kua tai mai nei. No reira, ka huri taku reo. Greetings and just a short welcome to everybody who's arrived here today, to our sirs and ministers of the government, to the leaders, but to the friends and family. We welcome you here to this place to celebrate the life of Dame Jools. And so today, Ngāti Whātua stands here humbly and welcomes you all to this place that we call Tāmaki Makaurau, Tāmaki Herenga Waka, Tāmaki Herenga Tangata. Tāmaki, the place that people love to be. Tāmaki, the place where the waka gather. And all of us from the different waka that are here today to remember this manu that is no longer with us. As I used in my tauparapara or in my prayer, it talked about the two types of birds, the birds of the forest and the birds of the sea, coming together because something great is happening in the forest today. And as manu they come to speak and to sing and to share their love amongst us today, we welcome all the birds that are here today. Nō reira, i ngā mana, i ngā reo, rauranga tirama, huri no tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Āpiti hono tātai hono, rātau te hungamata ki a rātau, āpiti hono tātai hono, tātou ngā waihotanga o rātau mā, ka huri anō ki a tātou, katoa e huitahi nei, huri no tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
O tēnā tātou, te mana whenua Ngāti Whātua o Rākei, ngā mihi mō tō koutou mihi mai, mō tō koutou whakatau mai rā i tēnei rā, tāhua i tēnei rā, pauri i tēnei wā, tino pauri ne, he wā o te whakanui hoki, o te wahine toa, o Jools Topp. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. Kia koutou, kua hui mai nei ki te tautoko o te whānau o Jools. Linda Roa ko Bruce, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Hiuri tēnei no taranaki whānui ko Ngāti Mutunga te iwi. Ko ngai tahu hoki komiri a makamo tōku ingoa. Nā rere te iwi tēnei te mihi nui kia koutou. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Kia ora. Well, today, E Te Whānau is a celebration. It's not a memorial, it's not a service, it's a celebration because Jools Topp said, what is the point in life if you're not having fun? And she knew fun. Who else would describe her basic training at Burnham Military Camp as a pyjama party with guns? A good celebration has all the feels, so you are invited to laugh, to cry, and especially to sing, as we remember and celebrate the extraordinary Jools Topp. You've seen the photo behind me a lot lately. It speaks to who Jools was, a warrior horsewoman, and we want to thank the 2013 Pink Ribbon Calendar Girls project who gave permission for us to use this beautiful image of Jools, thanks to Liz Oliver, body artist Sophia Blue, and photographer Chris Trail. Now, quick housekeeping, let's get that out of the way. Toilets are in the entrance hall to the side. If there is any kind of emergency, our hosts are very well trained. Just follow their instructions. We want to thank bagpiper Michelle Tent, who first met the twins at the Paeroa Highland Games and who honoured today the top Scottish connection with the bagpipes. We'd also like to, yes, round of applause, ngā mihi. We'd also like to acknowledge Helen Clark and Chris Hipkins, Carmel Sepuloni, Judith Tizard and Marama Davidson, along with Chloe Swarbrick, Louisa Wall, Helen White, Steve Abel, Marilyn Waring, and Paul Golds... Oh, sorry, no, the Arts Minister is not here. It's probably just as well. He's probably deleting all Linda's swears before delivering her message to the government. Welcome to Taryn and Kelly, who are our sign interpreters for today. They are completely amazing, just the best in the country. No one is better than them. No one at all. We got the very, very best. Thank you very much, Taryn. All right. Jools said, I have had a beautiful life. I have no regrets. Every day above ground is a good day. We've been walking in sunshine ever since we were born. Jools and Linda, two country girls who became two beloved dames. It's been quite the ride, as Linda says, country kids, country music, lesbians, that's not supposed to go together. But yet it did, beautifully aligned and in sync, always in sync. In fact, their parents, Jean and Peter, had no idea they were having twins because the doctors could only hear one heartbeat. When Jools was diagnosed with cancer, she said, I've been given all this beautiful stuff from our parents to help get through this. They made us strong. They don't know it, but they did. Now, brother Bruce is as responsible as their parents for the juggernaut of joy that the twins have given our country. He's the one who bought them their first guitar. It came with a book called Learn to Play Guitar in a Day. So, of course, Jools did exactly that. Ngā mihi, Bruce, and also to your beloved partner, Richard. Now, since then, the twins have raised us up on their utterly unique Top Twins magic. So today, artists, friends, whānau are here to sing Jools' life to the rooftops. But first, Jools explained her close relationship with her twin Linda simply. She's in my veins. We're blood. She's in my veins. E te whānau, Dame Linda Topp.
Thank you for coming today. This has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, to say goodbye to my beautiful twin. I've got a book here, a little notebook that Jules had, and I thought I'd use it to write my speech. And I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's empty. It's empty because today we don't need to write things down. We just need to talk from the heart. We had 68 good years together. And when you say goodbye to your sister, you think, what do I say? Everybody knows pretty much about what we did most of our lives, because everybody talked about us and wrote about us. We're on the TV and we made movies. So today, I talk to you about my last year with my sister. As a caregiver and a friend, we had amazing moments together and sad moments. The hospice team were amazing. They came on board. They found out that I was the first responder in the fire brigade. Not many people know this, but we do a lot of shit, us twins, that people don't know about. But tonight, or today, we find out about things that maybe some of you didn't know about us. So I was entrusted as her caregiver for the last year. That meant that I got to administer all her drugs, to care for her, to bathe her, to make her laugh, to share all the sad times with her. And that was pretty much a good year. And now I'm going to tell you about her last day. Because she had given me strict instructions on what to do. A week before Jules passed away, a group of friends were invited to be with Jules and me and our beautiful brother, to care for her and to look after her and to love her. She was surrounded by total, absolute love. And when it came time for her to pass away, there was 4 of us who were with her, 4 women who she adored and loved. And we will never, ever forget that moment when we held her and she passed away in our arms. A true honour. A moment that we will cherish. And then I had to organise the plan. Everybody was called in. We confirmed that she had passed away. That's always a good thing to do. That's the first thing you do. We formed a circle around her, and we were all instructed to pull a card from a small box that held beautiful cards in it, little angel cards they were, and they had a word on each of them. and we were all instructed to pull a card and to place it on her in front of where we stood. We were all completely surrounding her. I'm reading the words to you now. And so I find them in the book. Here we go. Here they are. Everybody pulled a card and placed it on her. The person at the top of her head pulled creativity. The person next, gratitude. Then trust, willingness, peace, light, love, honesty, truth, purpose, balance, openness, compassion, and kindness. I know that there are a few politicians in the room, and perhaps from today on, we take all of those words and run our country with them. Because I can tell you right now that we can bring together more people than any political party with those words, and we have shown that we can do it in 3 weeks, right here today. If you want a good election campaign, you will hire me as your advisor. What happened next was pretty amazing, because Jools had instructed me, but it was my interpretation of what she had said. I added a few little things, make it a bit more dramatic and emotional. And when I told the gathered team of chosen ones, they looked at me incredulously and said, "You want us to do what?" Because the instructions were, "Carry me up the hill." Now, some of you might have thought that we were being patriotic with our flag behind us. But ladies and gentlemen, that's where we took my sister. All of us wrapped her in a sheet underneath, one on top. You roll them together to encase somebody, and you hold them with one hand and you carry them up the hill. That's what I was trying to tell everybody. And they said, "What if we drop her?" I said, "We'll have to get the neighbours to bring her back, because she'll end up down in their paddock." Not one person missed a step. Not one person let go. And we carried her to the top of the hill by the flag. And then we were instructed to lay her on the ground, in the grass, naked. I did almost say that we all had to be naked. But then we realised that the neighbours could see from across the hill. We had a moment where we all stood back and let her soak in her beloved farm, her little block of heaven, her block of paradise where she lived with her horses and her dogs and her cats and her chickens. And she loved every minute of that. It was unbelievable how much she enjoyed being a farmer and a horsewoman and a person who loved animals. And then we all, one by one, had a moment where we said what we needed to say to her. We played music, we sang, we had a few quiet moments all together, and we held each other. And her 2 little dogs, Henry and Fletcher, who were 15 and 13, I believe, old dogs, they sat with her They sat beside her, one on either side of her, and we stayed there until dusk, and then we brought her back down home. We placed her back into bed, and we made a beautiful shroud around her and covered her. My beautiful brother made a bouquet of every weed on the property, and we laid it on her with a little horse, and she wore this pounamu. And I stayed with her the whole night. I held her hand. She was never once alone. She left this world with me. She came into this world with me, and I was not going to let her go without me. The following morning, it was organised that State of Grace, the beautiful women's team of funeral directors, would meet us at the bottom of the driveway, and we would once again carry her out and pass her through an archway of trees that she went down through every day to feed her horses. We decided to dress her in an amazing cowgirl outfit, the best cowgirl outfit you could ever see in your life. The girls arrived and could see that we were just about to dress her. And we beckoned them in and said, "You are now part of this, you are part of the team, you can come and help." It was my job to be on the other side while everybody held Jools while we rolled her to get her jeans on and her shirt. The State of Grace team came in on the side of me. We rolled Jools gently over, and there, stuck in her bum crack, was the most beautiful piece of horse grass you've ever seen. I looked at State of Grace, and they looked at me, and I said, "That's staying." She took a little bit of her farm with her. And then, ladies and gentlemen, what we did is we carried her down the hill to the waiting hearse. And then we laid her on the stretcher that came out of the hearse. We all said our goodbyes to her. And then one by one, the two puppies, the two dogs said goodbye. The 32 chickens came underneath the stretcher. And Milo, the miniature horse that she got the year that she was diagnosed with cancer, came to say goodbye. And he laid his chest against the stretcher and leaned in and placed his chin on her heart and stayed there for a good 5 minutes. I looked over to the State of Grace girls, and they completely lost the plot. They said, "This is too sad. We've never seen an entire menagerie of animals come to say goodbye to somebody so beautifully and so peacefully and with love." We told Milo that it was time to go back to his paddock, and there was a pad of hay there, so he happily wandered off. And then we placed her in the hearse. And I leaned in to the girls from State of Grace and I said, "Any roundabouts on the way, go round twice." They pulled out the gate and we waved goodbye to her. And an hour later, I got the phone call to confirm 9 roundabouts completed. Nobody on the North Shore will hire them probably because they thought, "Shit, they must be lost. Gone around twice now." They did a magnificent job and they looked after Jools, and they didn't put her in a big steel box. They took her to a cottage, a temperature-controlled cottage in the country. and she spent her night there. We all stayed back at the farm. We looked after each other, and we loved each other. And then one by one, we slowly drifted off into our own little worlds. And it was about 2 days later, when I was walking her dogs around the farm, I looked up, and there above me was a beautiful big hawk. And when Jools and I had toured Canada many, many years ago, we were given our Indian totems by a young woman called Kim Sue Goodtrack, who I thought at the time was an amazing name. We were in awe of her. And she gave us our totems. Mine was the raven, and Jools was the hawk. And there she was, circling above me. She circled right over the farm, and then she flew out, past the flag, and out to her beloved kaipara. And then it was actually yesterday that I got the next photo that you're about to see on the screen. That was the last horse that Jools saved, a rescue horse with a rainbow and a hawk. She was the last one to leave the property, and she now lives in a Whitu Point underneath a rainbow with a hawk flying over the top of her. The journey is complete. I'm going to hand over to my brother. He wants to say a few words. And then I've got one last little thing we'd like to do.
I was born 2 years before Jools. Mum and Dad, Peter and Jean, thought that would be enough of a lead-in time. When the twins arrived home from the Huntly Maternity Hospital, Jools immediately sat me down and said, "Look, we're all three of us going to be gay. I'm going to get a pony. And when Linda's 16, she's going to learn to yodel and all hell will break loose." Jools was kind and generous and funny and forgiving and intelligent. Not necessarily all at the same time, but you get the picture. Ride well on your horse into the sunset. Darling Sister Jools.
Our mum was supposed to be here with us today, 95-year-old Jools Topp, one of the best mums in the world. I know everybody thinks their mum's the best mum, but ours was the best mum. And she was supposed to be here, ladies and gentlemen. But 3 days ago, she fell and she fractured her hip, and she's now in the Waikato hospital. She'd bought new shoes and a new handbag. That's all she'd bought. Anyway, just let's take a brief moment and just send a really big lot of energy to our mum. Thank you. What you're going to see next on the big screen is my personal message to Jools through photos. These are all mostly personal photos that I've taken over the last year. And of course, there's a few other ones in there from a long time ago as well. So, in honour of Jools Topp, I will miss you forever. I will love you forever. And you will never, ever be forgotten.
but the sorrow will pass, and the one thing that will last is the love that you've given to me. There'll be laughter even after you're gone. I'll find reasons and I'll face that empty dawn. 'Cause I've memorized each line in your face, and not even death could ever erase the story they tell to me.
Please feel free to sing along or start a mosh pit. It's just another highway, just another roadside cafe. It's just another airport, just another train stop away. It's just another milestone on a long traveling day.
No Jubilation Choir with Dame Jools' composition, Milestones. We want to make a special mention of the soloist Buzz Worley, Kate Stalker and Jackie Clark, and Paul Gurney on guitar. Now, the choir have got a message. They say this: we need music at times of great emotion, celebration and remembrance, and there's nothing like a good sing-along to bring us all together and allow feelings to flow. Wherever the Tops performed, they brought a sense of family, connection, love, acceptance, and joy. We're so proud to sing Milestones. It is the most beautiful, heartfelt song. P.S. Ken and Ken auditioned for the choir once, but they wouldn't stop flirting with the altos. Jubilation had to ask them to leave. Let's have another round of applause, please, for Jubilation Choir. Incidentally, Ken and Ken were there on the night when we had our first MMP election in 1996 and expressed their admiration for then Labour leader Helen Clark, saying she's a bloody good captain, she's a political goddess. Please welcome the object of the Ken's affections, the Right Honourable Helen Clark.
Well, Linda and Bruce are a very hard act to follow. Linda shared such special moments with us from Jools' last journey. I was a palliative carer for my dad, who passed away in December, and Linda, I empathise with absolutely everything that you said. It's a special time, but it's a tough time too. And we're all here for you and for Bruce and for Jean and everyone who loved Jools today. Actually, we never thought of one top twin without the other. And together, Jools and Linda told our stories through their songs and their satire. And they had a reach right across our country, town and country, because they reflected who we are. And they always had us laughing at ourselves. We'll never forget Camp Leader and Camp Mother. The two Kens, the bowling club ladies, seen them on screen again today. They left us in stitches every time they appeared. Jools and Linda were girls from down on the farm, Ruawaru in the North Waikato, about an hour's drive from Te Pāhu, where I grew up in the West Waikato. So songs like Calf Club Day were about our childhoods. I'm sure the Tops paraded their pet calves, just as the Clarks paraded their pet lambs, because we were from a sheep farm. In all truth, our parents did much of the work to tame these animals and make them look good, especially our mums. But as the kids, we got the ribbons at the Calf Club Day. The Tops' journey through music reflected the life stories of many of our generation from the countryside. As girls born in rural New Zealand in the 1950s, we were never expected to become farmers. The Tops' talents led them to music and the stage, but they never forgot where they came from. From those teen years busking in the 1970s, Jools and Linda took up the big causes of peace and justice of our times, from Bastion Point to the anti-apartheid movement, nuclear-free New Zealand, the rights of rainbow communities. Untouchable Girls was such a proud assertion of identity, and a bold one in the mid-late 70s, a bold one. Some of us here will remember the atmosphere around the passage of the Homosexual Law Reform Act. These were not easy times, but we won. Jools and Linda were always so generous with their time and support for the issues they cared about. And that song, Freedom, was a rallying cry across the issues. The words, "We'll fight for our freedom, we'll never be wrong, we'll just keep fighting, no matter how long," that conveyed hope and optimism, no matter how daunting the odds were. And of course, times were polarised in those days, as they are now. But in such times, we need people who can bring us together across communities. And Jools and Linda, you did that with your great sense of humour and amazing voices. You played to packed halls from the smallest communities to the largest in our country, and you had many successful offshore tours, wonderful ambassadors for New Zealand. A really special memory for me was to be at Jools and Linda's 60th birthday concert in London, April 2018. I was so proud to introduce you both at the Empire Theatre in Hackney, a classic for classics. Jacinda made a surprise appearance bringing a birthday cake. The twins were at their best, playing the familiar songs, ad-libbing through the comedy routine, pulling people from the audience, quite terrifying really. And the largely expat audience just loved it, and many said how homesick it made them feel. Come home. So many here today will have their very special memories of Jools and Linda performing together. It is very hard to accept that this will never happen again. But what an incredible legacy this is. Jools has been taken from us far too young, but the celebration of life today is about honouring an incredible human being who touched so many lives and hearts, including mine. Jools and Linda represent the very best of who we are, and Jools will never be forgotten. Rest in peace.
So much, Helen Clark. Well, Linda and Jools describe their sibling connection as a golden thread. Every family that sings has its own harmony, said Jools. She was the guitar player and Linda learned it by a sort of twin osmosis. The same thing happened after Linda spent 7 long years learning how to yodel. The first time she felt confident to perform it, Jools jumped in with a yodeling harmony. I mean, how did that happen? Linda said, I spent 7 long years learning that. That sibling osmosis is something they recognise in Neil and Tim Finn. The Topps performed with Split Enz in 2 national tours in the 80s, and today we're delighted that Neil, who is unable to be here in person, sent this message. You girls spread joy throughout the land. From the moment we saw you back in the day, we were aware of being in the presence of greatness, gifted and funny artists with sweet and powerful harmonies and songs that kicked ass. I wish we had the opportunity to be on tour with you both again. Neil has sent a video direct from Greece to honour the twins, and particularly Jools today. Here is Neil and Sharon Finn with Palomino Moon.
Come sing my cowboy tune under a Palomino moon. The stars will guide our way. You on the sorrow, me on the gray. we still gonna ride. Saddle up and ride with me tonight. Our country loved to ride in the falling snow. The horse is eager now, so we let him go. Palomino moon. Saddle up and ride tonight. We still got time. We still got love in ours tonight. We still got love in ours. We still got pride. Saddle up and ride with me tonight. We'll ride in the rain, winds blowing through the tangled mane. This mountain is our home. Come ride that range. Saddle up and ride tonight. We still got time. We still got love, desires tonight. We still got love in us. We still got pride. Saddle up and ride with me tonight. Saddle up and ride. Palomino moon.
Sharon Finn. They did such a beautiful job of that song, and a lot of artists will say it's not always easy to replicate the twins' songs because they do it in their own way. They have their own way of playing. As Jools said, we do things our own way. We're not technically brilliant, but we like to be emotionally fantastic. Someone who knows that magic is our next speaker, Brian Sweeney. Now, in a quirky coincidence, Neil Finn, the Topp twins, and Brian were all born in the Waikato within weeks of each other. Brian met Jools and Linda when they were 22, when he was chair of the Student Arts Council, and that meeting sparked 5 years touring Aotearoa and opening the door to Australian audiences. Brian and wife Jane Vesti were also proud investors of the movie Untouchable Girls, which won Best Awards at 24 international festivals. Please welcome Brian Sweeney.
Thank you. Kia ora. My name is Brian Sweeney, hometown Morrinsville. It's an honour to pay tribute to our beloved sister Jools. Jools was an incredibly important part of my early life, and I'll miss her dearly. But today, Jools, we shine in your light and carry you in our hearts. Linda, we acknowledge you, we love you, we know that your love for Jools is unbreakable, we stand with you. I acknowledge the Topp whānau, Bruce, your loving brother. Jean and Peter said to Jools and Linda, you can do anything at all. And you exceeded the brief, I'm sure beyond their wildest imagination. I acknowledge Arani Cuthbert, your brilliant manager, producer, friend. We honour you, Jools, because your voice penetrated our hearts with an anthemic and aching quality that lifted us to new heights. Because you were the anchor, the rhythm engine, the harmonic ground over which Linda flew. Because you sang truth to power, and more so, you created your own power. You've got to stand up, you've got to have guts. Because of your gifts as a lyricist, country artist, protest singer, and comic partner to whatever Linda was doing to the audience. Never in the history of cutlery has a pair of spoons worked harder. And because, Jools, you were an animal whisperer. Visiting Jools and Linda at Bethel's, I arrived to find Jools standing in the middle of a muddy yard, having a long and deep and meaningful with Gladys, a very large and very beautiful pig. Everyone remembers the first time they saw the Topp twins. For me, I had two visions when standing in the rowdy Auckland Tech cafeteria in late 1980. My first vision was of Tex Morton, the country superstar whose Go Everywhere vaudeville show was the highlight of my 13 years in Morrinsville. My thought was, this could be the Topp twins. Jools and Linda were born to be in show business and to go everywhere. I had been a student activist and editor at high school and at university, and had studied political movements. I understood what I was seeing with the Topp twins. Therefore, my second vision was revolution, rebellion, liberation from Muldoonism, patriarchy, homophobia, racism, misogyny, colonialism, Armageddon, and that was only page 1. Page 2, Nelson Mandela still had 10 years in prison. The French were still bombing Mururoa. The 81 tour was around the corner. 2 country girls going up in the world were needed on a national stage as a pincer movement on the body politic. We met after the show in a driveway. I was chair of the New Zealand Students' Arts Council, and after brief g'days, I asked Jools and Linda if they were available for a national orientation tour. 30 shows in 30 days, starts in 2 months, Auckland to Dunedin. Can you do it? Yep. And on that tour, Jools and Linda discovered that as characters, they were very, very, very funny. Audiences convulsed, doubled over, screamed with laughter. The headline orientation tour of 1982, and after this I founded my artist agency with Jools and Linda as my first clients. Hundreds of shows up and down and across the country and into Australia. We did things like a 28-night season at Circa Theatre in the capital city and a 5-town tour of the West Coast ending on a Saturday night in Blackball. That was wild. The reviews: irresistibly radical cabaret, anarchist variety show, political theatre at its most subversive and seductive. Everywhere we went, Jools and Linda lifted audiences audiences into ebullient, euphoric, even levitational states of joy and togetherness. Because joy dismantles fear. Joy creates connection. Joy elevates purpose. Joy is a superpower. Joy is Jools Topp. To everyone who has opened their doors and their hearts to Jules and Linda, I acknowledge you. Kia kaha.
Thank you, Brian. As Brian has made the point, the political and the personal are inseparable. That's what the twins say, and the music underpins it all. Jules and Linda have been part of all the big movements of our time, including, as we know, fighting for more arts funding at this year's Aotearoa Music Awards. I've deleted the swears, so I can quote Linda. We are not defined by a government. We are not defined by politicians. We are defined by people and our culture and our art. Play your instrument loud and sing at the top of your lungs, and remember that music makes us human. Our next speaker, let's do it. It was quite the moment. Our next speaker understands this well. The twins have more than once stood shoulder to shoulder with her. A wahine raised to respond to political and social inequity, to fight for Māori. A woman renowned for her whakapapa of resistance, and who said to aspiring activists, probably my first advice is that being an activist is not a good career move. Humble, unrelenting, respected. No Ngāti Kahununu, no mai hara mai ki te atamira, e te rangatira ko Whaia Meriana Pittman.
Tēnā koutou katoa Ngāti Whātua, kei te mihi, kei te mihi, kei te mihi. Just want to pay my first lot of respects to Sharon first. She's so much like Jules in many ways, both revolutionaries. I'm really nervous. Like, I'm 74 years old, and for the last kind of 6 years, I've been sitting at home in Taradale with about 4 visitors a week. And then you get this phone call, can you come and sing? Then this morning, my cousin Joseph says, there's going to be 1,000 people there. So I haven't spoken to 1,000 people for a long time. So, tēnā koutou katoa. Kei te uri ahau. Kei te uri ahau I te tai rāwhiti, Ngāti Kahungunu, Ngāti Porou, me ngai tāmanuhiri, me rongo mai wahine. I left my notes at home, but we don't need any, Miriama tells me. So I just thought, once you stood like a tōtara tree, gently swaying in the breeze. I hear the whisper in the air and I cry. I feel my tupuna everywhere, even next to me. Proud and noble, strong and free, and still I cry. Kia ora, Jules. I first met Jules when I came to Auckland to find my other tribes. I am descended from all the tribes of East Coast, but there were other tribes that were missing: the gay tribe, the women's tribe, the lesbian tribe. So I came to Auckland to find my tribes, and I banged into Linda and Jools, and at the time I had twins, a boy and a girl, Marama and Jonathan, and so, you know, it was like lesbian Christmas Day when I came here, especially if you're brought up in Wairoa. And so you join all those movements, you know, the kaupapa Māori movements, the Māori sovereignty movement, the women's movement, the feminist movement, the gay liberation movement. It was all about having fun. And in the course of that, I ended up in a collective of women singers and musos called Homemade Jam. And we would perform at the island of Real, which was Annie Gray's place, down in Pitt Street, I think, and raise funds for women's refuge and stuff like that. But it was where I first sort of got to know the twins really well, and we sang together. Then in 1984, the idiot, he was in the Labour government. Well, he was still an idiot, despite the fact that he was Tapsall. He invited us to, with Jools and Linda and a number of other people, Mahina Rangitoka, Sid and Kui, Sid Melbourne and Kui Wano, to the South Pacific Arts Festival. So we went to Tarere Marae in Rotorua, is that right, Jools? And we composed Ngā Iwi E. And it became sort of like the national anthem. And I ended up singing that all the time with Jools and Linda. I need to thank Jools too, because at various times during the, this is sort of awkward, eh? So if you spend all day talking to yourself, that's what happens when you end up, you don't quite know where to put yourself. I used to had a prominent role in the Springbok tour. I was one of the head marshals of Patu Squad. Yeah. And it wasn't a very safe place to be, and I often was arrested, about 8 times actually. During that 8 times I was arrested, Jools and Linda would turn up to support our kaupapa, to support the kaupapa of anti-apartheid kaupapa, and I would invariably end up in jail. They would end up coming and getting my kids, who were about 6 or 7 at the time, and taking them to the glue pot, filling them up with lemonade and raspberry and packets of chips, and dancing with them and raising money to come and get me out of jail. So I'm grateful. Yeah. I have nothing but praise for Linda and for Jools. I can't separate you, actually. I can't talk about Jools without talking about you as well, my friend. I can't. It's like, you're not separate, you're there. And for their support of kaupapa Māori, for their support at Takaparawa. I think Jools and Linda were the Che Guevaras of the Pākehā lesbian movement. And, the great revolutionaries taught me not to be afraid. Don't be afraid. We all faced our fears in those times. And facing your fear just makes you have more courage. And, Jools was brave. She was courageous. She was great to my babies, and that my girl and my son love her for that. And that's me. So I just finish on that, the last of that waiata. Proud and noble, strong and free, and still I cry. Proud and noble, strong and free, and still I cry. Kia ora tātou. Kia ora mea.
Ngā mihi nui, ngā mihi aroha ki a koe e whaia. The memories that you have brought to us today are so rousing, and that song so beautiful, and to remind us too that everything is political. For Jools, even her cancer battle was political. As a lifelong member of Greenpeace, she said, "I can't let them radiate me." She lobbied for cannabis to be legalised. It's a plant, people. How natural can you get? The twins' fight for what is right and for what matters was everything. They spoke about it, they sang about it, and they inspired with it. The Topp twins took our next performer on her first tours of Aotearoa, generously sharing their audiences with her and laying the foundation of her career here. Tammy says, "They are the shoulders on which I stand and the standard to which I strive." Please welcome our own neon cowgirl, Tammy Nielsen, with Beyond the Stars.
Testing 1, 2, there we are. And please give a warm welcome to my lovely guest and Jools' dear friend, Marion Burns. Thank you. The twins, as Mariama said, took me on tour and laid the foundation for anything that has followed here in New Zealand for me. And touring with them was a masterclass. Not just in being an entertainer, not just in how to work an audience, not just in being a songwriter or somebody who is, entertaining on stage, but a masterclass in how to treat people and how to be a good human. And everything that they do has always, whether it's their music, their comedy, their activism, love is always at the root of it. And that is why the whole country loves them so much, is because who doesn't love someone that loves you so much? And, from the first night, they kind of set the bar for headliners for me. I've been on a lot of tours, and no one has quite reached that bar, because who, starts the night? Normally a headliner, you don't see them that much during a tour. But the first night you're on tour with the Topps, they're like frying up, barbecuing hamburgers and sausages and serving everybody. And when they would go and disappear into the Koru Lounge, which was very mysterious for us poor musicians, Jools would emerge with every pocket bursting with cookies.
That's so true. It's true.
And they discontinued the cookies after that. I'm not sure who the CEO of New Zealand was at that time, but of Air New Zealand. I guess they liked making cuts. I don't know, but every single thing they did was out of generosity and love and joy, and the need to stand up for what's right. And I got to say this to Jools. I got to tell her how important she was to me and how much I loved her. And her last words to me were, "You're gonna be okay, buddy. You've got that same love inside of you. And so we've all got that same love inside of us. And let's make sure that we nurture it and use it like Jools did." Last night I woke from a dream, you and me were together. Tears on my face when I realized that we're still apart. I close my eyes and I try to go back to my slumber. The only place that you exist now, since you did depart. Beyond the stars, I can hear the guitars calling me up to be with you. Beyond the velvet sky, darling, will you and I dance to the beat of our hearts, to the place where I can believe that you will never leave me all alone in the dark. Take me away to the place you are, beyond the stars. Pull back the curtain of indigo, come and go with me. Follow me up past the moonlight and beyond the sky. I won't let the breath leave my chest without taking you with me. Here in my heart we will never part, darling, we'll fly. Beyond the stars I can hear the guitars calling me up to be with you. Beyond the velvet sky, darling, will you and I dance to the beat of our hearts, to the place where I can believe that you will never leave me all alone in the dark. Take me away to the place you are, beyond the stars. Take me away to the place you are, beyond the stars. Thank you.
It was so beautiful. I felt quite lulled. Healing, that's what music is, isn't it? Linda once told me, everyone can find a place of healing. For me, it's the river and looking at the mountains. But for Jools, it's horses. For Jools, there are two types of people in the world, horsey people and non-horsey people. Our next speaker is a horsey person. Michaela Evans is now the guardian of Rose, Jools' most beloved horse. Michaela is the Mick half of Mick and T for Teresa, who couldn't be here, and neither could their horses. So Michaela is here for them all. Welcome, Michaela Evans.
My partner was one of the people holding Jools when she died and gave her that brown hat, which she loved so much. Hi everyone, and especially the horse community. Jools took me under her wing about 20 years ago, simply because my partner T asked her to give me, a dressage rider, my 2 unsuitable horses and a bull mastiff puppy a place to live. Thank you, Mary and Jools. Jools sent work my way, helping me find my feet, and so was the beginning of an enduring friendship, helping horses and humans along the way. It's hard to imagine doing something for Jools that doesn't involve riding or horses, connecting by saddling up or debriefing in her arena-side kitchen after some adventure, and anything could be an adventure with Jools. But here we are, not in a barn and not on a horse. I did try. I'd said I'd speak on Teresa's behalf, who is on tour in the US, but did the most important tour of all before she left, helping to get Jools around the farm in a hospital bed. Jools was always so excited when her grass was growing, is what Jody Witt wrote to me. Jody, I know you couldn't be here in person today, but I will always remember how Jools called you a real groover. Jools, horses, people, life. Where do I start, I wondered. In that cheeky way, I hear Jools say, at the beginning, with that same glint in her eye when responding to T, who just asked her how she'd slept, lying down. I remember the first forest ride with Jools, little Jocelyn on her big young Clydesdale Ruby, who kept taking unauthorised bush crashes up sandbanks, and Heather on her touchy Kaimanawa, a handsaw in her backpack should we need to clear the track. Soaking in Jools's joy to saddle up and ride with friends and debrief afterwards with a cup of tea in the horse truck or in her kitchen, always open. For today, I thought we better represent the horse community that Jools was so central to. But to be honest, I'd be way more comfortable doing so from the saddle astride Jools's Rose, a beautiful wee Arabian mare that she bravely handed over to us in December. I call her Punk Rose, but she will always be Jools's Rose. My life's purpose for the last 6 months has been making and sending Jools short videos of Rose's progress and adventures as she adjusted to life in Hawke's Bay. Rose got me back in the saddle after tragically losing my horse, Clover. And there was Rose, bright and keen on life, cantering over when called, so enthusiastic, but a bit lost herself. In the spirit of Jools, who opened her heart to what is, there is always a horse that needs us, and we need them. Jools had a special relationship with Intrigue, her grey Arabian that you see on the billboards everywhere, that died a few years ago. She loved him so much, and they were a perfect pair. Then Texas, her gypsy cob, who looked after Jools more recently, before she sadly said goodbye, giving him the best chance by handing the reins to Anna and Kieran for adventures and care in the hills of Waitomo. In March, T, Rose and I did a surprise visit to Jools. We came trotting around the corner before Rose buried her head in Jools's lap for one last time. There were tears, laughter, and that passion Jools always had, which never wavered even as the days grew weaker. Jools was a passionate hoof care professional. She mentored many, including Chelsea, Linda L., Sarah, Pieta, and Maggie, giving them all a profession and a true friendship. As I got ready for today, the reflections came pouring in, like this one from one of her trimmers, Linda Litherland. The biggest thing I remember Jools for was how she treated people. Everybody was the same, no one was better or worse, always true to herself and others, end quote. Jools was a devoted, lifelong student of the horse and a promoter of good horsemanship. Her Liberty Circle Ranch was a community centre like no other. We all have our unique and shared thread of connection to Jools and stories that go with them. And while I couldn't be here on Rose today, and we couldn't do an honour guard of horses down the city streets, which we also tried, I know the truest way to keep you with me, Jools, is how I show up in heart and humour, and most importantly, when I step into that horse paddock. To remember, to start where I am and where the horse is, your absolute glee of riding, how much you simply loved peace in the valley with horses, to take the chance to learn, see and understand more, to experience success in the smallest change and reward the smallest try, to stop and start over, to lie down in green grasses and smell the hay of tall summer pastures. Here's to good horsemanship, a sacred hospitality that extends to who we are with each other, a tree or sharing that custard square, a cup of tea at the horse truck, inviting people in and helping each other out. Jools, I hope I can be the rider that you saw in me. And thank you for sharing Rose. And Linda, thank you for embracing Teresa and I too. I like to think T moved here for me, but I know that without Jools or you, that could never have been. Love forever, Mick, T and Rose.
Thank you, Michaela. Well, it's no secret in the music industry that our next performer is the Topp Twins' #1 fan. She's long petitioned to be a top triplet. She says she would be the black sheep. She's always yearned to yodel like them, but more than that, she goes wobbly at the knees at the mere thought of Jools and Linda and blushes whenever she is near them. In fact, Anika Moore is blushing right now. Let's just say she doesn't blush around Neil Finn, and these are Anika's words, even though he looks like a top twin now. Anika. Please welcome top twin wannabe, the inimitable Anika Moore.
Hi, Linda. Okay. I'm so nervous. I just wanted to say something before I sing. Well, heaps before I sing. I have ADHD. I just went to the bathroom for a mimi, and guess what? My zipper broke. Fuck. These pants are so tight. So, Jools, I'm taking my pants off. She would have wanted that. I remember... It's not my show, it's not my show. Okay, I remember when I was young, growing up in Christchurch in the 80s and the 90s, and I used to watch the Topp Twins every week on TV, and I was glued to the screen, me and all my siblings, all 25 of us, and I remember being really just going, wow, these people can sing, and they're funny, and I said to my mum, Mum, oh, actually, no, before I say that, I remember there's one skit that you guys did and you had hairy armpits. And I remember thinking, Mum, are they men or women? Because I was only like 8 or 9. And she goes, no, darling, they're lesbians. And I said, Mum, I'm going to be a lesbian when I grow up. God, I'm gay. Jools, Linda, you're so inspiring. You inspired me to sing, to be funny, to be kind. Whew. And this song's for you guys. Oh, yeah. I wake up this morning, remember It's gonna be a good year. And I love it when it smells this way. Feels like a club day. Feels like a club day. The memories are precious, but gold and silver have stolen that worth. But gold and silver stole that worth. This is my favourite verse. I see my calf. She's got big brown eyes. She's my best friend, and I'm only 5. And I love it when it feels this way. It feels like Cove Club Day. It feels like Cove Club Day. Memories are precious, but gold and silver have stolen that worth. But gold and silver stole that worth. It's Cove Club Day again. It's Cove Club Day again. It's Cove Club Day. Love you, Linda. Love you, Jools.
Anika mo, everyone. Just beautiful, my mate. Go fix your trousers. That's why they invented elastic. Remember that. Just a note about Calf Club Day. This is a song that Jools says she didn't write, rather it came to her in a dream. She said, I dreamt the whole song in the middle of the night. It was a memory from my childhood. I just sat bolt upright and wrote the whole song in about 2 minutes. It's about what is precious to us. And it wasn't gold. It was the love of a small animal that you look after when you're a kid. As someone who's practically grown up with the Topp twins is their friend and manager, Arani Cuthbert. Yes, Arani. She's been by their side for 35 years now. I'm teasing you, aren't you? You can keep coming up. It's all good, it's all good. Usually she's behind the scenes. That's why she didn't want to come up the stairs. She keeps going down and up because she's usually behind the scenes. But today, here she is. We meet the woman who produced the Topp's award-winning TV programs and their hit film, Untouchable Girls, who's mounted every show and navigated every challenge alongside the twins. They are family, Arani Cuthbert.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Since Jools passed away on May 23rd, it's been extraordinary to witness the outpouring of grief and love from all over Aotearoa and around the world. I think the poet Maya Angelou put it very well when she said, I've learnt that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And Jools made us feel really good. Her quick draw McGraw wit, her no-nonsense, say it how it really is approach to life, her here and now presence, made us all the better for knowing her. And on stage, the joy that her and Linda unleashed in an audience was something to behold. Today we mourn not just the death of a remarkable, well-loved woman, but also the end of a cherished cultural phenomenon, the Topp twins. But they do leave a mighty big legacy. Linda and Jools, Jools and Linda, as Mariana said, you're really one, have made us laugh at ourselves for more than 40 years. And over that time, they've helped us as a nation change for the better. They showed us how important it is to stand up for what's right, and that tolerance, diversity and kindness improves everyone's lives. Jools was a whole universe in herself, an award-winning musician, songwriter, comedian, lesbian, horse whisperer, activist, actor, camp leader, gingham's sister, very dapper Ken, socialite Prue, Lorna the bowling lady, Raylene, the Westie chick, and the lesser known but nonetheless still brilliant characters Zippy and Private Parts. She was our national treasure, a dame and a down-to-earth farm girl. It's extremely hard to accept that camp leader has left the building and Ken's best mate has signed off forever. Our collective loss is enormous. But Jools was most importantly a sister, a daughter, niece, cousin, and very good friend. Linda, the loss of your twin is unimaginable, and to Bruce, Richard, Jean, the extended Topp whānau, and Jools' soulmate Mary. I know I speak for everyone in the room and watching on live stream when I say we share your sorrow and hope the love expressed for Jools today will help you bear this enormous loss. For 35 years, my life has been entwined with Jools and Linda's. Sometimes I feel like an epiphyte on the Topp twins tree. As a young sapling, I was blown by the winds of fate and somehow became attached to their mighty branches, where I was watered and nourished and held up to the light. Together we experienced every season of life and withstood a few major storms. Despite the many successes, it was not always easy because it's hard to survive as a creative in this small country. But we worked as a team because we shared the same values and a deep level of trust. And that combination is pretty rare in show business. I left my job, my dream job actually, for Greenpeace International as a campaigner in 1992 to work full-time with the Topps because I saw how they connected with people from all walks of life and they captured people's hearts. They stood up fiercely for what they believed in and they brought people with them. So like Brian, I could see revolution, and really they did achieve what they set out to do. They gave so generously to many charities, and they helped 2 generations or 3 of young gay and lesbian people in this country to come out, including myself. The Topp twins burst into my life when I was a 21-year-old student at Auckland University, and they seemed to be everywhere that year. They were busking, they were at political rallies, they were jumping on the tables at the university cafeteria at lunchtime. It was like, who are these women? And then there was a highly memorable, life-changing event that happened one Friday night in 1983. As I walked through the doors of the famous Isle of Real Cafe, also known as Just Desserts, on Airedale Street. Mariana was there that night too. I walked in with my best friend, and 2 big blokes walked out and disdainfully said, "Bloody lesbians," as they passed us, and my immediate reaction was, how do they know I had a secret crush on my friend? As we walked into the back room where the live gigs happened and I saw a wall-to-wall woman of a certain persuasion, I understood that I'd stumbled into my tribe, and really that changed my life. So that night was a fundraising concert for a seminal recording of the women's music album, Out of the Corners. Jools and Linda sang with many other incredible singer-songwriters, some of whom are here today. Mariana Pittman, you've met, Hilary King, Gloria Hildred, Di McMillan, as well as the late greats Mahina Rangi Toka and Jess Hawke Oakenstar. That album was incredible. I think I just played it over and over and over on my LP player because it was vinyl back then. That was the first time I heard Jools and Linda sing the song Paradise. One song, that's all it took. They showed me that being gay wasn't something to be ashamed about. It was something to sing about, out loud, together. At a time when lesbian lives were invisible or whispered about or turned into punchlines, Jools and Linda wrote us songs that said, you exist, you are not alone, come sing with us, loudly. A whole songbook that reached into the lives of women across the country and said, here is your love, here is your joy, here is your life, and it's worth singing about. So for a generation of us, those songs were a lifeline, a map home to ourselves. Our dear friend Adriana Tuskia expressed that time so well on her recent Facebook post. She said, even then, it was like the air around them was charged with something stronger than oxygen. It was sharp, exciting, irreverent, bloody daring, and you just wanted to follow them. They were the Pied Pipers, really. It's like they were unleashed into our midst. Auckland in the 80s and early 90s was an amazing time to be part of this radical, audacious, hilarious, freewheeling, sensual knife edge of change. Thank you, Aid. Jools would have loved those words. And then the most extraordinary thing happened, especially for the time. The Top Twins brand of irreverent entertainment and outspoken politics caught on, and they became mainstream. A TVNZ special produced by Di Cadwallader and Eloise McAllister in 1986 made them household names overnight. It helped that there was only one TV channel at the time. Middle New Zealand fell in love with them. So now you had radical lesbians sitting next to dairy farmers, all laughing at the same time and the same thing. And I remember Jools was quoted in a interview saying she thought this was a political and subversive act, and it really was. Audiences were putty in their hands. Jools and Linda knew how to create an atmosphere of love on stage and take people with them. They took us to a special place where differences didn't matter, but diversity did. So thank you, Jools, for sharing your extraordinary creativity and love for humanity with all of us, for choosing to stay here in Aotearoa when fame and fortune beckoned overseas. As your manager, this was really hard to accept, though. I have to admit, I had big plans for you. And at the time, before the World Wide Web, it was impossible to have a very big international career based in New Zealand. But that was part of who she was, a big part of who she was. Still, the tours we did elicited the same reaction from audiences at home. Genuine love, belly laughter, and fans for life. And I think it was great for Aotearoa that Jools was a homebody. Our nation reaped the rewards. I don't think there's a corner of New Zealand where Jools and Linda haven't spread their fairy dust. And they've been loved so much in return. What a legacy. I feel extremely fortunate to have worked with the best in the business, but I feel much more fortunate to have been your friend. Jools, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. So I want to leave you all with some of my favourite highlights Wayne and Felicity have cut together for you to enjoy. Thank you.
That's a lovely little drop, isn't it, darling? Yes, yes. Have we got any more of that?
Cases.
Am I going?
Yes.
Good, that's lovely. All right. You say hello, New Zealand, and I go hello, darlings, with my voice.
No, I go hello, New Zealand. Welcome to...
No, you say hello, New Zealand, and I say, yes, hello, darling.
Hello, New Zealand, and welcome to the event of the year. Wah, wah, wah. is to fill out... Oh, for goodness sake. I'm so pissed I can't even talk properly. Most artists would just have a pink fit if they said, rightio, here's a couple of songs, now fill in 2 hours. And it's exactly what we do, right? It comes, magically it comes.
A great pleasure for me and Ken to be here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just a pure poetry to watch him work a dog. Just a beautiful animal handler all the way around, ladies and gentlemen, really.
Come in the side, Ken. Wait about Ken, get back. Never look an alpaca in the eye, kids. You'll have your boy.
Oh, look at the size of that pig. Oh, absolutely big. Look at the udder on it too. Oh.
You do a hair, Jules. You have to do something with it. It's frightening. I'll get it now.
I like it. It's very modern. It's very
Yes, it's very modern.
Go to the Xenocall.
Got my jubblies out. Lovely. I haven't got any jubblies to get out, but never mind.
Yeah.
We're 52 this year and we both look good in frocks.
Yeah. Or Y fronts.
Either or. We don't mind.
Well, Ken, just getting ready for race number 9. This time they're racing, they get away with a good start to the Hartley Cup. Racing is drying up on the outside and currently moving up the middle of the field is Chelsea Bun. They make the turn for the journey home, it's Cabbage leading out.
I'm Herty, this is Gertie. She's my sister. She is best yolder in village, and this is Flirty, best milking goat. Yeah. You know, the yodel was stolen from us. But if you love something, you must let it go. If it come back, it is good. And yodel for us was language. It was communication between mountain and valley. Gertie? Yodel-lodi. You see, that means come quickly, goat is birthing. That means watch out down below in valley, water bag has broken. Yeah, yeah.
They'll be ready for a bit of a hoedown out there, I think, and yeah, we'll give it to them. How do I look, Belle?
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Good on you, Belle.
Bit nervous.
Good luck.
Yeah, right here.
Girls, keep up the energy, please. That's it. Think about those combinations.
There's only one person capable of playing centre, and that's Martha.
I can play centre, Camp Mother.
In your dreams, camp leader.
And it was incoming gems like these that kept our boys sustained up the front and in the rear in their quest for glory. Bravo!
When I was a child, I wanted to be a cub, to wear my badge with honour. Dub, dub, dub. Today I wear my scarf and a lovely leather woggle, and the things I'd do at camp would make a scout's mind boggle.
I can't go on, Camp Mother. It's too hard for me.
No, it's not, camp leader. There's only about 36 k's to go.
Thank you for the love and thank you for the laughs. In COVID lockdown, the twins were separated in the north and south. It was unbearable. So Linda said, just go down, Jules, just go down every now and then and put your feet in the water because all the rivers I'm going to be in will eventually connect to the sea. So whenever Jules wanted Linda, she'd go down and put her feet in the water. It's fitting that Holly Smith is here now singing with the Jubilation Choir, Bathe in the River, one of Jules's all-time favourite songs. It was composed by a dear friend of the Toppies, Don McGlashan, who would be here if he could. Instead, playing with Holly and the choir is John Gibson, long-time musical collaborator of Jules and Linda. And with his partner, Shona McCullough, dear friends of the twins. In fact, Linda is godmother to John and Shona's kids, Arlo and Vida. Please welcome John, Shona, and Holly Smith with the Jubilation Choir singing Bathe in the River.
I'm escaping. And behind me all alone, highway is all that I've forsaken. White river flowing, I am bound for wherever you go on. I'm gonna bathe in the river, gonna hold my head in the river, not gonna worry anymore till I reach that golden shore. I don't feel afraid, for now I see. And baby, oh Lord, whatever I believe, I will be free. White river flowing, I am bound wherever you go. I'm gonna bathe in the river, gonna hold my head in the river, not gonna worry anymore till I reach that golden shore. Mighty river, hear that rushing tide. Cool clear water, lay my burden down. I'm gonna bathe in the river, gonna hold my head in the river, not gonna worry anymore till I reach that golden shore. Gonna hold my head up in the river, I'm not gonna worry anymore till I reach that golden
Oh my goodness. Jules, did you hear that? Beyond heaven. My God. How beautiful was that? Let's have another round of applause, please, for John, Shona, and Holly Smith and the Jubilation Choir. As Linda always says, there's good energy in rivers. I'd like to introduce now Mel Church, who shared a long and cherished friendship with Jules. She was one of the 30-strong support team that Linda mentioned earlier, who was around Jules in her final days. Mel will share memories and reflections on the special bond that they shared. Kia ora, Mel.
Kia ora. My name is Mel, and I've been friends with Jools for 35 years. I'm proud to be part of a special group of around 30 people known as the South Head Home Gals. The friendship and support within this group is something truly remarkable. And over the past year, they have surrounded Jools and Linda with love, practical help, and unwavering care. It is a testament to the strength of friendship and community that meant so much to Jools. To New Zealand, Jools was a talented singer-songwriter, comedian and entertainer. But to those of us who knew her personally, she was so much more. She was kind, generous, warm and deeply intuitive. She had a special gift for understanding both people and animals. Over the years, she taught me a lot about dog psychology. She trained my dog Dolly, tried her best to help with Guido the bird hunter, and understood that Bambi, our Chihuahua Shih Tzu cross, while completely adorable, was very much her own dog. In 2019, while my partner Wendy was away studying, Bambi and I moved in with Jools at South Head. There are so many examples of her kindness from that time, but a couple stand out. Bambi was a townie dog who was used to her creature comforts. When we were both at work, she stayed in the dog run outside and absolutely hated it. One day I asked Jools if she would consider cutting a small hole in the back of the sleep out so Bambi could get inside into my room and be comfortable. She said she'd think about it, which I thought was fair because it was a pretty big ask. Next day when I got home, she said, "Come with me." Not only had she cut the hole, she'd built a tiny doorstep and even put a little roof over it. That was Jools. If she cared about you, she didn't just do the thing you asked. She somehow found a way to do it better than you even imagined. At the time, I was also regularly visiting my mum in her nursing home after work, and often wouldn't get home till around 9 o'clock. Jools quickly learned my routine, and there would always be dinner waiting for me when I got home, even if she had gone out herself. I'm so grateful for that kindness. It helped me feel nurtured during a time that wasn't always easy, and it's something I'll never forget. Jools also had a knack for getting to the heart of whatever problem you might be having, with love and a healthy dose of blunt honesty, which she would give you the kick in the arse you needed. I remember once telling her how unhappy I was at my job. She simply said, "Then quit." I told her it wasn't that simple. "Yes, it is." That was how she lived her life. She knew what mattered, she trusted her instincts, and she encouraged the people she loved to be brave enough to do the same. Jools was gracious and giving with everybody she met, whether she knew them or not. When people approached her to say hello or ask for a photo, she always took the time to stop, chat, and make them feel valued. Our family experienced that generosity firsthand. Our nephew Brad, who was visiting from Germany, really wanted to meet her. Jools invited him and his partner Verena out to the farm and spent the day with them, introducing them to the animals, sharing lunch, and even showing them her newly acquired dame's medals. That simple act of generosity created a memory they will treasure forever and endeared her to our family for all time. I will miss her generosity, kindness, wisdom, veggie soup, her voice, her laugh, and her sparkling blue eyes. Most of all, I will miss my friend. Our friendship is a remarkable gift, and I will carry those memories with me always. Ride free, my friend. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mel. Well, when I interviewed the twins about their cancer diagnosis, it was strange because it was the first time I'd seen them separate and the first time that they'd been interviewed separately. Linda was in Methven and Jools in Kumeu, and they were protecting each other by staying apart. It was torturous because Linda had just been diagnosed. How would they do, I wondered, when one of them succumbed to the cancer? Well, said Jools, there'll be tears before bedtime if one of us goes, I know that much. It's going to be hard. But can you do without Linda, I asked. I'll have to, Jools said, and she'll have to do without me. We go on living. It's really important to know that sometimes in death we might find strength. In other words, in their own famous line, do not adjust your twin set. The twins have often said we don't want to be defined as the cancer twins. We want to be defined by the life that we've lived. And that's why today is a celebration of Jools, not a memorial, not a funeral service. So after we finish today, e te whānau, that is your task. It is to have fun. The bar will be open. If you want to acknowledge Jools, she'll be taken by Linda to the back of the room at the end of today's proceedings. There's a memorial book there that you can sign. If you prefer, you can go onto Facebook, onto the Top Twins page and leave a message there. And there's also QR codes around the room out there if you'd like to donate to West Auckland Hospice. We have a big whānau to thank for today. Tātaki Auckland and Auckland Live, Music Helps, New Zealand Comedy Trust, Ngāti Whātua, on bagpipes, Michelle Tent, the Jubilation Choir, Neil Finn, Mariana Pittman, Tammy Nielsen, Anika Moore, Holly Smith and John Gibson, and all of our speakers. Our event producers, Fred Kublakowski and Durrani Cuthbert, Diva Productions. Our media team, Bex Martelletti and Chris Henry at 818 and Greg Fahey. Our production team, Gemma Gracewood, Jay Law, Rochelle Leaf, Joe Kilgore, Abby Clearwater, Tony McMaster, and Paul Horan. Our live stream team, Hugh Sunday at Sunday Pictures, Radio New Zealand, Nick Treacy at the Gear Room, Halcyon Digital, James Leonard at Video Solutions, Ricky Huntington, Philippa Hayward, Chris Brokenshaw, Aiken Lau, our suppliers, Lisa Coleman Ceramics, Kirsty Cameron, Angus Muir, AMD, Yuka O'Shanassy, Public Record, Lee McMillan, Hollywood Props, Hamish Steptoe, Motion Sickness, and our video editing, Felicity, Morgan Rind, and Wayne Cook. To all of our ushers and our amazing, brilliant, wonderful, also very clever and kind, Taryn and Kelly, sign interpreters from Platform Interpreting New Zealand. Thank you to all of Jools' friends and family who have travelled from around the country, Australia and even America. On behalf of Linda and Jools, Bruce, Richard and Jean, we love you all. Big round of applause, please. It's nearly time for me to sign off on my part of the day. The grown-up that I am now and the wee girl that I once was who danced and sang in the living room in South Brighton, Christchurch to a worn-out VHS copy of the twins performing, fastidiously recorded from the telly to avoid the ads, record stop, is so honoured to be here, to help transition this love bastion of New Zealand arts to the great stage beyond. There's a privilege. As Jools said, she and Linda always walked in sunshine, but the incredible thing is they took us all by the hand so that we could enjoy it too. Tēnā koe, e te rangatira a Jools, e kore e mimiti ngā aroha mō. Ka maumaharatia tō reo, tō kata, o waiata, me tō ngākau aroha, e whakakotahi i te tini, moi mai rā I runga I te rangi Māori. So Linda will soon formally close our celebration, but right now, here's Jubilation Choir featuring Jennifer Ward-Leland with Pō Atarau. Now is the hour.
E titi e te tā, tēnā rā koutou katoa. He mihi tēnei mai tēnei tira waiata kia koutou katoa, kua whakaraui ka mai I te ahi nei, ki te whakamaumahara ki a Jools. Me mihi ka tika ki a Ngāti Whātua nāna nei te mana whenua, o te takiwana o reira e te iwi, tēnā koe. Ka huri taku te tiro ki te whānau pani, ki a Linda mā, koutou, ko Bruce, ko tō māma, ko tō whānau whānui, e rere ana te au o mihi ki a koutou katoa. Hei waiata rongonui tēnei. Kua waiata ki ngā hoia Māori e wehi atu ki tā wāhi. Hei poroporo aki I a rātou I hare ake ki te mura o te ahi, ki te pakanga tuatahi o te ao. Hei oi tēnei wā, ka waiata, ka poroporo aki ki a Jools, ne? He whakanui I a ia. Pō
must say goodbye. Soon you'll be sailing far across the sea. While you're away, oh, please remember me. When you return, you'll find me waiting here. Oh, atarau, he moia ihone, e haere ana koe ki pamama. Haere ka hoki mai anō. Ki te tau e tangi atu nei. Haere rā, Jools.
Ngā mihi nui e te whānau, ngā mihi. Jools wanted to be part of the celebration today, so she recorded a message for us all. None of us have seen this, so let's listen now to Dame Jools Topp.
Howdy doody, New Zealand, and the rest of the world who might be watching. Right now, I just wanted to tell you, I love you. I love everything you gave us over the years. You are truly wonderful and have been forever and ever. I really hold you in my heart because you are the ones that kept us there, that kept us motivated, that kept us writing songs, that made us laugh and held their breath until the laughter couldn't hold anymore and out it came. So the loving laughter kept us going. And all the times you clapped and cheered and bought albums and kept us alive. I just want to thank you for being all our greatest fans. Love you forever in my heart. Hi, Toppy. This is for my most favourite person in the whole world, which is you. And I'm doing just fine. I'll give you a bit more information down the track. But right now, life is good and I miss you. I know that you struggled a little bit when I left, and that was okay because you needed to have a moment to let go of me, to let it be okay, and that I'm not really anywhere but still by your side every minute of the day. So when you hear the wind blow, or you hear the line of your reel hit the water as it hits the South Island Lake, and the trout's waiting patiently for it, or the wind just touches your ear and you feel a little chill, that's me. That's me reminding you that I will always love you forever. It will never go away. So my darling, stay strong. I will love you till the cows come home. Ooh. Love you.
Finally, I got my message from Jools. She's made me work really fucking hard for this. A year of caregiving, making sure she was cared for when she passed away. A 3-week max time to get this gig together. There will never ever be anybody like Jools Topp for me. I have some very dear friends and people who have supported us for so long, and I know that you are always there. But there will always be a tiny little hole in my heart that can never, ever be filled again. And I will try my hardest to carry on my sister's legacy. As I've said to the political team here today, I'm available as your advisor for an election year in 2026. There are no more gigs for the Topp twins, so Irani is available as campaign manager. There are thousands of lesbians out there ready to march for a different country. There are hippies. There are suits. There are people who go, how are we going to get by next week in this country? New Zealand, do not let that happen. Make your statement at the voting stations. Make your statement. Honour Jools Topp, and let's make New Zealand a much better, a much fairer, a much caring country. I do believe that the Labour Party is here. I thank them for being here. The Greens are here. Te Pāti Māori are here. The other ones aren't. Let's make sure it doesn't really matter what your beliefs are and who you believe in, but let's make it a much better place for the next generation. The next generation. I have one little last thing before we go. I'm going to ask you all to sing with me. But before I do that, I just want to make special mention of Irani, who put this show together with a team of incredible people. Some of the best in New Zealand are here today. AV, sound, lights, everybody, musicians, performers, people. They are amazing. They have done an amazing job. Irani, to pull this off in 3 weeks is amazing, unbelievable. So please, thank you for the team who did an amazing job. Unbelievable. Yes, you can stand with the incredible crew, the stage managers, the choir, the interpreters. Well, there is one other person that we must thank, and that is our incredible MC. Come. Miriama, thank you so much. She wore her cowboy boots especially for Jools Topp. Thank you so much for being there for us. Amazing. Okay, while you're standing, we have one last thing to do before we party down into the night. And let's make sure that we party down tonight, because eventually the 19th of June will become a national holiday of partying down into the night, to acknowledge every lefty, every activist, every lesbian, gay, transgender, you name it, everybody who is diverse in this country will recognise this day from now on. I ask you all in your hearts to sing with me one last time. Untouchable Girls. The track that you will hear has got Jools' voice in it. She will sing with us. Are you ready, choir? Are you ready?
We don't let anybody touch our brains. We won't ever, ever plug into the flames. And we are overtaken on a single lane. We're untouchable, touchable girls. Here we go. We're untouchable, touchable girls. We're scrappy, we're aggressive, we'll take over the world. We're untouchable, touchable girls. We're untouchable, touchable girls. 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 We're untouchable, get too much. You got to stand up, you got to have the guts. Yeah, we're untouchable, but we touch. We're untouchable, touchable girls. We're untouchable girls. We're scrappy, we're aggressive, we'll take over the world. We're untouchable, touchable girls. We're untouchable, touchable girls. Girls. We're untouchable, touchable girls. Girls. We're untouchable, touchable girls.
It gets easier as we get.
Hip